physical information that's passed down from generation to generation.
But we're going by spiritual genealogy, man.
By spiritual
okay, so you are,
genealogy. There's a difference now. There's a difference. At one point, you're saying it's lineage, physical attribution. Now you're saying it's by faith.
No, it's not.
Faith. It's
contradicting yourself.
It's faith physical.
I'm not. You don't understand what I'm saying to you. What I'm trying to show you is that in order,
I understand.
you have to be an Israelite,
you are spiritually a descendant of Jacob.
No, I'm not. No.
You are not genetically.
Spiritually, we understand.
You're not understanding it, man. But you're not going to get it.
You can't prove that you are genetically. And you can't tell me that that's going to prove it because there's nothing that implies that you yourself.
Yeah, that's in John. You've got a few different books here. What are the different books that you've got?
It's the same book, man. There's no different books. Get me John 10 and 27. You can get me 25. You know how we know who the men of the Lord are? Who the Israelites are? Because only the Israelites can receive the truth of this Bible, man. Because it's spiritual. You're not going to understand that, but this book has a lock on and key on it, man. Not everyone's going to get it.
I'm not saying we don't understand that.
You don't,
I'm saying,
I know you can see
that's not the question here. The question here is whether you are claiming to be, I know you hate the word genetic, but genetic descendants of Jacob, or whether you're saying you're spiritually descendants.
Your verification is through faith.
It's through the Spirit. Yeah, through the Bible.
Spiritually, it's not genetic.
Through the Bible.
Your physical evidence
is non-existent. The Most High's got my physical evidence.
Your physical evidence is through faith.
Yeah.
So I can bring you a white man and say I can feel. He can say I have the faith that you have.
Can he?
Why can't he say that?
If he did, then he's an Israelite.
Then he's an Israelite.
Yeah, it's a spirit.
So you're saying the Spirit, man. Hey, we had an Irishman up here the other day, today, and he's an Israelite, man. Because we can tell by his spirit, man.
By his spirit.
Yeah.
So if I was to exclaim now,
you're not an Israelite, man.
I'm not an Israelite.
No, man. You're not an Israelite, man. Because we can tell by the Spirit, man.
You can tell.
How can you tell by the Spirit?
You know what? Spats it. The proof is going to be in the pudding.
Right.
You know what that means?
Right.
That's why the scripture says, then shall it be known who are my chosen. You see, when the last days we're in, and then destruction comes down, that's when you're going to find out.
Are you a determinant of faith?
A what?
A determinant of faith.
Well, what did you mean by that?
As in, if a man was to come to you now, 10 men, would you be able to look at them and say he has the Spirit and he has not and he has?
I've got to try, man, through these scriptures first.
So
I'm trying you right now through the Spirit.
So you give him a few verses, depending on his reaction and response, you will say he has the Spirit.
It goes deeper than that. You can actually look into a man's eyes and tell sometimes whether there is That's the power on the heavenly.
That's the power, yeah, that's the power.
See, the thing is, what you don't understand is you don't understand the history. Because you've never read the Bible.
Right.
When you go back into the history, you go back into the book of Esdras. Right. It tells you about you had Israelites that went into captivity during the time of Babylon.
Right.
Now at that time, like you said, you had to have documents. Right. If you wanted to keep the Passover, you wanted to come to the temple, you had to be able to prove by documents I'm an Israelite. Right. But you had Israelites who basically lost their documents through captivity. Right. And they were outcasted out of the nation. Right. They were basically said, look man, you ain't gonna have no part with us because you can't prove. You might look like us, but you know what man, we ain't taking the chances. Right. What did the prophet turn around and say to them? Right. The prophet said to them that you gotta wait until the day when the high priest which was gonna arise, clothed with doctrine and truth, and he was gonna bring you back into the fold. And the reason how they were going to be brought back into the fold is not by them coming with a physical document, it's through the Spirit. Because the Most High is going to open up their mind to accept the truth, and they shall be saved. That's all we're talking about. And I'll read this.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So you're saying this book brought down upon the Israelites.
Yeah.
You, amongst all of you, you've got the Spirit, you're an Israelite. Not genealogically, but what's the
But I am also genealogically an Israelite too.
However, at this point, because you can't prove your genealogy, you're saying it's through faith.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
Yeah.
At the time of whenever this book was brought down upon Jesus to the Israelites, if it was to be for an Aborigine or a Chinaman, or a Chinaman and he says, I feel the spirit.
Chinaman, I feel the spirit. Hey man, if he said it
Even
like that,
China,
he
man,
gonna
no,
get
just-
kicked out of the road, man. Ain't no Israelite gonna come and say some bullshit like that. I feel the spirit.
No, that's what you're telling me. You're saying you feel the spirit.
No, I'm not saying I feel the spirit. I never, the word I feel the spirit didn't come out of my words.
Alright then, you have the spirit with you. However you
I
want to word
understand
it.
this word. Let me show you something, man. Not everyone's the
But
same.
what I'm
man.
saying is,
Read it.
it's very simple. Another race was to come to Jesus.
They
That was
can't
not
come
an
to
Israelite.
Jesus.
That was
They
not
ain't
an
gonna-
Israelite. He was
They're
not an
gonna
Israelite.
stick out like a sore thumb.
No, but he was not an Israelite, that person.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, I believe in what you believe. I take your message.
He can't, man.
He can't. Why
Can't.
not?
He's gonna get cut.
he's
Give me
condemned.
Hebrews 4 and 12. Give me Hebrews 4 and 12, man. He can't come in. This Bible ain't no joke. You can't come up here. Look, you
No,
can
no,
pretend,
we'll join, man.
but you're gonna get cut to the heart, man.
You can't join.
Hey, we don't.
But you're saying that
I'm
Irish
not the
man.
one. Look,
You're
I'm saying I
both.
can't tell you. I can't
Who's
tell
really an
you
Israelite?
what to
But
believe.
you're saying that the Israelites are black,
I said the original Israelites were people of color.
of color.
Of color.
So
They had pigment.
we all know genealogically, yeah, through biology, that a black man
Yeah.
through time cannot merge to become white.
Yes, he can.
Okay, tell me how that can.
Tell you can. But he could,
biologically.
first of all, he could sleep with a white woman, man.
Right? Right? He
That's
sleeps with
it.
the white
Yeah.
woman.
Game over.
Right?
Have you ever seen? Hold on, let me think of a good example for you. If you know any celebrities, have you ever heard of Chris Humphries? Have you ever the basketballer Chris Humphries? Have you ever seen him?
Yeah.
What does he look like?
He's whitish.
White. He looks like a white man.
Yeah. Yeah.
His dad's a straight up Negro, man.
Right?
And he's of his father. He's a black man. He's a Judite, man.
So you're accepting that white people can be Israelites?
Of course, anyone could be.
That's just a colour, that's not their race.
No, it's not.
Anyone could be.
I don't-
Israel scattered
I don't
among
think-
other nations.
I don't think that
Because
was
we
what
pop
they're
women
saying
of
is-
other nations, man.
What they're trying to say is the people that will be saved are the people who are already unlocked by this book, and only the true people can be unlocked,
man. Go
by
on.
this.
And it's John chapter 10 verse 25.
Go on.
Yahweh shall answer them, I told you, and you
Now,
believe not.
like we said before,
That's what I mean.
Yahweh Shai, who you call Jesus Christ, he was that high priest. And that's why when he came, he said what he said. Read it.
I told you, and you believe not.
The reason, because you had Israelites back then that they didn't believe the Lord, man. Because they weren't chosen to be saved, man. Go on, read on.
The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me.
Go on, because the Lord was teaching the word, doing miracles in his Father's name. Go on, read on.
But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep.
That's right, man. This goes hand in hand with what we said about the 2/3 of Israel. 2/3 of Israel, you've been outcasted, and the rest of the other nations, you're not part of the sheep anyway. Because the sheep are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Read on.
As I say unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
My sheep hear my voice, and go on.
And I give unto them eternal life.
That's right. So basically, the men of the Lord, the true Israelites, the elect of Israel, are going to hear this word and they're going to be saved. They're going to accept this word. Give me
Regardless of
Hebrews
race.
4 and 12. Not
Regardless
regardless
of
of
colour.
race.
Regardless of colour.
Regardless of color, not regardless of race. Because to hear this word, you got to be an Israelite to begin with.
Let me
Straight
put
up.
a scenario in the way.
What did I say? You said color.
Right.
You said he could look like a white man.
Right? So why can't the Chinese man become
I
white?
never said that.
But you said that if at the time of Jesus,
You said-
the Chinaman was become
You
two.
said-
You said specifically he was an Israelite.
You said specifically he wasn't an Israelite,
Yes, he
man.
wasn't one.
So yeah, so if he wasn't
not
an
an
Israelite,
Israelite,
then how can he hear? How can he come into this truth?
There
man?
are Chinese Israelites, but you said he wasn't an
You said
Israelite. so
specifically he
he's
wasn't an
Chinese.
Israelite.
So you could be a Chinaman and an Israelite.
No,
Hey, hold on. You got Israelites
might live in China.
that moved over to China that had sex with Chinese women.
Right.
And what do the children look like now? Look Chinese. But they're still Israelites, based upon their father's line.
Right.
They might not know they're Israelites. If you ask them, they're not going to know.
So penultimately, it's only your faith that reckons.
Basically,
whether you're
first
of the
of all,
box.
you gotta be an Israelite, man, because the Lord knows who you are. The Most High knows whether you're an Israelite or not. You can't fake the funk. Then, if the Lord open up your mind, then you could return. Read that Hebrews 4 and 12. Ain't no heathen
So
can't
anyone
get
could
this.
become one.
No.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
It could be anyone. that
any
could
Israelite.
be-
Oh, I
potentially-
mean anyone I see,
Yeah.
they could be
You
an
wouldn't know
Israelite.
yourself.
Potentially.
Yeah.
They could be an Israelite.
Okay.
I'll
Hypothetically,
say that.
every
bad.
single person can.
No,
Not
not
every.
every single. What do you mean by that?
Every single person can.
Yes, I'll accept that.
Yes.
Any person that comes past,
Can be possible.
regardless of what they look like,
Yeah.
they could be an Israelite.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. But you can't fake
And
the
that's
fun.
all to do with faith.
Huh?
That's all
If
to do
the
with
Lord
faith.
draw them, then they're Israelite. If He don't, then to hell with them anyway.
Alright,
So you think-
so there's a new condition now, and that's faith.
Of course, this Bible
Right.
tells you the just shall live
That's
by
faith.
faith.
So in reality,
Yeah.
you are no different to the Christian or the Muslim
Why am I
or
not
the
different?
Hindu or the Sikh, because they all have the same condition of the person being of faith to come into the religion.
No.
You
They believe
cannot-
everybody.
I don't have a religion.
Yeah.
You're not listening.
No, you're saying,
You're saying
it could be anyone, but it's still
no.
still a select few that are, but you don't know which
I
one.
said he has to be an Israelite.
Right,
Alright.
That's it.
right.
If he's not an Israelite, he can't come in anyway. He's not going to be able to come
But there's
in.
a predeterminate rate to him becoming an Israelite,
The
which is faith.
predetermined way is the Most High is going to give them
It's
the faith.
faith. Yeah.
You can't give yourself faith. Faith is a gift of the Most High. Like I said, you can't fake the fun.
However the faith comes along, that person has
Ain't no
faith.
however, there's only
You
one
can't
way.
act past him. If a man come to you now and he says,
Yeah.
I believe in what you believe,
He
and I
can't
wanna-
just say that. I'll have to tell him, okay, what do I believe then? How's he just going to walk up there and say he believes?
He quotes every single thing that you quote.
His
But
research.
He can
How about
act,
if
but
he's
I don't mean
research-
he's going to be saved. If he's faking
What
the
if
fun,
he's-
he's
But he
going to be
quotes
found
everything
out.
that you quote.
You can't.
I agree with you.
No, you can't.
You can't.
He can't. You know why he
I agree
can't?
with
Because
you.
the most. Give me Hebrews 4 and 12.
I agree with you that you
Hebrews
can't
4
know.
and 12.
Let me show
For
you
the
something.
word of the
He's not
Most
saying you
High
can't be
is
saved.
quick and
He's just
powerful,
saying
The word of the Most High is quick and powerful. Read on.
sharper than any two-edged sword,
Go on.
piercing even to dividing as under of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow.
if I
And
was
is
there
a
quoting
discerner.
that,
And is
I
a
do everything that
discerner.
was in that book,
You can't.
you could not prove I was
You
there
can
for
learn. You can learn this whole Bible, right?
in a sense.
But if it's
Back
not
and
given
forth.
onto you,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get
Does
it,
that
man.
make sense? Yeah.
You're not gonna get it, man. You're gonna buck up. There's gonna be a stumbling block for you. You're not gonna get it, man, because there's only one truth. You're not gonna accept it. No matter
you
what
don't
you
need
do.
to know this whole Bible.
You
Huh?
You don't need to know this whole
Yeah, you
Bible.
do. Read on.
Alright, so if I was to take that Bible off you and I was to examine him, you're telling me that he'll be able to tell me verse by verse?
You'll be able to know the scriptures.
No, would he be able to tell me verse by verse?
Don't
But
have
he's not
to.
be able to recite the whole Bible, no.
Exactly.
But you need to know the Bible. As in,
Exactly.
you need to know what you're reading.
Exactly.
You have
So
to
a
understand
Exactly.
it.
If a
If you
Christian
don't
came
understand it, you
if
ain't.
a Christian came
Especially
to
not
you-
understand
A
the
man can
Bible.
come to you and say, I understand the Bible.
You know, he can say that.
How do you know if he understands it or not? What
Really?
determines
Does he?
whether he understands it?
A Christian will come up there and tell me he's understand the Bible with no beard on. Obviously, you don't understand the Bible. Then
Yeah, but if,
man.
how,
Read
what
Hebrews.
determines whether
Read that
you
again.
you
Read it
think?
again. I just showed you. You're
Say
not
say
listening.
the Pope. Yeah, he knows
The
the
word
Bible.
of
yeah?
You
the
don't know
Most
the
High.
Bible.
What determines whether what criteria determines
First of all,
whether
the
he
Pope-
truly understands or not?
The Pope is a pedophile, man. How the hell does he know the Bible, man?
you're saying that's characteristics of a human. That's humans are
He's a
flawed
devil,
anyway. Yeah?
man.
Let's.
For the word of the Most High.
I don't disagree with you there.
Huh?
So-
Go on, read this again. You didn't listen properly
just
to what I
saying-
just said.
I'm
Read
just
it
saying
again.
there's
For
nothing.
the word
no
of the Most High
This
is quick and
Bible
powerful,
is quick and powerful. Read on.
sharper than any two-edged sword,
Go on.
piercing even to dividing as under of soul and spirit,
Yep.
Yeah, but what?
and of the joints and marrow.
You can't. You got. What I'm trying to show you is, you can't just decide to yourself, oh, I believe.
But that's what you've done.
No, I didn't. I
course
didn't.
you did.
No, I didn't.
Alright, so what happened to you? Tell me your story.
Hey, the Most High woke me up. I believe. The Most High made me believe.
Alright, so
Give me
Most High
second.
made you
Let me
believe.
What if he made somebody else believe?
So what if
That
the
wasn't
another man off the street comes along and says the Most High made me believe? Are you gonna
Huh?
say no, he didn't?
We'll see if he does.
No, but how can you,
You
say
got.
that?
You got to know them by their words.
Yeah, but Christians will know them by the
That's
way.
what- that
Christians
was the whole
don't know
point of
that,
bringing
man.
out that scripture.
Alright, so he brings out the
If
scripture.
he can,
the same
if he can
scripture that you
accept,
got.
if he can accept,
If he can accept the truth,
Right.
the whole truth,
Yeah.
and nothing but the truth,
Yeah.
and live by it,
Yeah.
then he's an Israelite.
Yeah.
But he's not going to do that if he's not an Israelite, and if he's not chosen. It's simple.
Hypothetically, you
No,
can.
there's no hypothetically.
Of course you
can't.
can.
No, you can't.
Hypothetically,
No,
you can't. You can't
You
hypothetically
Show
be
me an example of that.
Alright, you.
I'm not an example of that.
Why
I'm
are you
an
not an
Israelite.
example?
I'm an Israelite, man. I got
One
flavor
day,
like a
one
motherfucker,
day,
man.
one day, you become an Israelite, right?
Hey, I was born an Israelite,
Alright,
man.
so one day
you
you
don't
come,
get it, man.
one day you got the spirit.
One day I realized I was an Israelite, but
One
I
day
was
you
always
had
an
the
Israelite.
spirit.
Huh?
Yes or no?
See,
One
since
day
a
you had
baby.
the
One
spirit.
day I woke up to the fact that I'm an Israelite.
Before that day, what were you?
An Israelite.
Before that day, what did you go?
I didn't know.
I believed I was a
Hey.
Afro-Caribbean.
Did you have faith
Yeah.
at that, in that day?
Have faith in what?
In anything?
In faith, I had faith in the Bible, man, but I didn't understand it.
Did you have the spirit?
Did I have the spirit? No.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't have the spirit of the
So
Lord.
are you not an example of a man that got woken up?
I didn't get woken up. Yeah.
All right. So what is different to you and another
He's an
man?
Israelite.
I said another man who's an Israelite.
that's not-
only
No,
them gonna
but that
wake
is
up.
because you believe that.
Oh,
There's no proof of it. There's no proof of it. It's
It's
your
not, but
belief.
it doesn't matter.
No, but it's your belief.
Okay,
There's no proof.
let's get to the end of it. Why do you care?
No, we was.
No, we haven't got a problem.
we
What I'm
just-
saying-
Well, this is what I'm saying.
We're
This
just
is what I'm
wanna-
saying.